Hey everybody, Captain Shane here. I'm back in the Level Up 737. I did do a live stream last night and it went terrible. We had issues with the aircraft pitching up pretty hard during takeoff, needing a lot of nose down trim. That's something that the flight model, they've done with the flight model. And then on top of that, as I was flying the departure, my nose down trim stopped working. Now I troubleshot it down to the actual aircraft software itself because the trim switch was still responding the whole time, but the nose down trim was not moving. So it's definitely something with their software, at least last night. So we're gonna actually look at it again and try to pinpoint exactly what altitude it stops working, if it even does at all. If it doesn't, then there's nothing going on. But if it does stop responding again, I can annotate the altitude that we're at when it happens, and I can report it. And I've already reported the nose up pitching tendency that they've induced with the latest build. But anyway, I've done most of the setup. We're ready to go here. I just need to get the weather, and then we can get on the road. FMC's already programmed. All the pre-flight checks are done. Let's take a look at the weather here. So, ASUS says we're taking off from 27. 280.14, so right down the runway. View clouds 1,600 feet, -9 temperature. Ooh, it's cold over here. Altimeter 3033. No notices. Notice to air missions. Hey, didn't Donald Trump say it's supposed to be airmen again? I'm gonna have to report this. Alright, 3033. Alright. Auto brakes are on RTO. Radios are set. We're on CTAF. Voice server timeout. I don't know why that is. I don't know. Alright, nav is good. TCAS is set 1402. Taxi takeoff departure brief. Oh, I guess I lost my voice server. Alright. Whatever. Alright, so let's go over the taxi takeoff departure brief. We're back at CVG. Another crew brought this plane back after the landing gear issue got resolved. Okay, so we're going to be using the GIGABYTE 7 departure. We're heading to Richmond, Virginia. We're going to take off on heading 276 from runway 27. Lieutenant Bonley, Lieutenant RIC, Lieutenant Wimdy, and as filed. There does not appear to be any airspeed or altitude restrictions on this. The taxi departure brief will be the same as last night. It's going to be... We're here at the prime ramp. I'll show you where that's at. We're going to taxi to November. Left on Sierra. Left on Mike. Right on Mike 1 and depart. Alright, let's go ahead and get the tug over here.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Before start pushback checklist. We're on engine. APU's coming on. Doors and windows. Alright, we got the forward entry open. Let's close that up right now.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Alright, hook it up. Okay, yaw dampers coming on. Hydraulic pumps coming on. Fuel switches coming on. Parking brake is set. Waiting on the APU now. So once this thing spools down to about 400 degrees EGT, you'll see our APU generators come online, and then we can get ready to go here. There it is. Alright, APU gens 1 and 2 are on. The wheel chocks are removed. Ground power unit, we can pull that. Anti-collision lights are on. Trim air is on. APU bleed is on. There we got bleed air in the ducts. Engine start ignition left today. ACARs. Let's fire up the ACARs. There we go. Flying on VATSIM, and there's the route. That's set. Push and start clearance is good. No ATC right now. Let's go ahead and get that going.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Put it right on the line.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, crew. Clear for engine start. Let's go starting engine number 2. Okay, rotation N2. Hold pressure, fuel on. Okay, fuel flow EGT. Good start on 2. Starting 1. Okay, rotation N2. Okay, got oil pressure. Let's go fuel on. Fuel flow, EGT. Good start on 1. At the start checklist, wing engine anti-ice. We're not going to need it right now. It's pretty dry out here today, just cold. Packs coming on. APU bleed is off. Isolation valve is closed. Engine bleeds are on. APU. Uh-oh. Ha ha ha! Forgot something. Alright, there we go. Oops.
Operation complete. Go ahead and set the parking brake.
Oh.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by. Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Alright, see you on the right. So long. Alright, we'll wait for the ground signal. Let's press on with the taxi checklist. Flaps and slats. Flaps 5, set for takeoff. Stab trim. Alright, so last night when we flew this thing took off on us. So I can't trust the stab trim setting. So we're going to do... I'm going to put it right here, about 3.5. Let's see how that does. Because 5.25 is just going to go take off like a shuttle launch. Takeoff data, confirm the V speeds are on. I see 150 there. We got 150, 154, 161. Takeoff thrust setting is set DTO 2 plus 48. Taxi takeoff departure brief, no change. Transponder. TARA. And we got ground signal is good. Taxi light. Lower MFD on system. Taxi clearance. Cincinnati traffic, good morning. Giant 3652, taxi runway 27 via November Sierra Mike. Hi, crew. Let's go. Alright, nozzle steering, check left, check right, and brakes, check. Flight controls, ailerons left, ailerons right, elevator up, elevator down, rudder left, rudder right. Flight controls checked, free, clear. Alright, no ice on the ground today, so it's a little easier to taxi this thing. We're not going to be slipping and sliding all over the place like we were last night. Okay, turn coming up here. Man, a lot of people have been telling me to fly the Zeebo instead because it has less issues overall, but one thing that Zeebo doesn't got are these sounds. These sounds of these engines is incredible. I'll tell you, I work on CFM 56 engines in my real job, and it's a different variant than the one in this game, but these things sound so good. It's incredible. I just like flying it so I can listen to these engines all day. Listen to that. Oh. So good. Okay, turn coming up here. This should be Sierra. Okay, we're driving uphill a little bit. I'm going to give it a little bit of thrust. Okay, before takeoff checklist, lower MFD, we're going to turn that off. Don't need it. LNAV, VNAV. Set. ICAS, no alerts. Exterior lights, we can go ahead and turn those on now. Radar. Wixer's coming on. And I got terrain on the right. What's up, my dude? Let's see if we can get this thing to fly correctly, because last night it was a disaster. I'll be calling the shots. I'll let you guys know what's going on with this thing. Definitely have some trim issues here. All right, coming left. This is the latest patch that they just released yesterday on this plane, or 2 days ago, and I'm not loving it. I feel like it was a step in the wrong direction. Actually, I got a date with my girlfriend. We're doing a belated Valentine's Day, so after I fly this thing, I'm going to be going out with her. Maybe later tonight I'll fly again, but I'll probably be half drunk by that time. We're going to the wine country out here in California and getting boozed up. All right, let's hold short here. All right. Let me get my chart up. Cincinnati traffic, Giant 3652 departing runway 27. Gipoli 7 departure, Arnav Bonley. Alright, crew, let's roll. Yes. All right, wind is right down the runway, 280 at 14. Okay, start the clock. Put this down here out of the way, and let's run her up. Okay, stabilized, brakes released, toga.
Knots.
Lot of hold.
V1. Rotate. Positive brake.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Look at that trim setting we got in right now. Like two degrees up. Okay, there's climb thrust. Alright, trim's still working right now. That's up, that's down. Alright, that's good. Okay, flaps 1. Alright, so right off the bat I can tell it's the flaps that are putting a lot of nose up tendency, because as I lowering the flaps, the nose wants to pitch down, I gotta put nose up trim back in it. Alright, flaps up. Okay, stab trim still working. Nope, there it is, there it is. I lost it. There's my stab trim, no longer works. See? Look at that. That's about 3,000 feet AGL, around 230 knots or so. There it is. Confirmed. Look at that. See that? No trim. I can trim it manually, but not with the switch on the yoke. So there we go. I got some data. Speed is about 230 knots, and altitude is about 3,000 feet AGL. Yep, definitely sucks not having any nose down trim. All right. Autopilot Command A. All right, there we go. So 230 knots airspeed and about 3,000 feet AGL is when I lost the nose up trim. That's twice now, so it's definitely not me. Look at this. I'm putting it down. It ain't working. But if I do up, it'll kick off the autopilot. Watch. See? There we go. I got some data now. Alright, that's the takeoff checklist. Landing gear is up and off. Lights out. Flaps are up. Auto brakes off. ICAS, no alerts. Exterior lights. Holding for altimeters. Alright, so at least I got something I can report now. And I got witnesses. Look at that. I'm not just making it up, guys. Okay, climbing through 16,000 for 35,000. Okay, coming up on transition altitude, let's go altimeter standard, and after takeoff checklist complete. We can fix those shadows a little bit. Let's go graphics, shadows. Let's see what that does. Make them look a little nicer. Uh-oh. Hope I didn't break anything. There we go. It's not really any better, is it? You got a little chop to these clouds here. Okay, climbing through flight level 210 for 350. Top climb 70 nautical miles. Okay, 250 for 350. I think when we go in there today, we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Instead of doing a nice slow ILS, we're gonna probably do a RNAV Zulu approach. RNAV Zulu. No, RNAV Yankee. 3-4. Ducks. Let's take a look at what that looks like. Oh yeah, that'll be fun. Now keeping it nice and tight. Got a really awesome tailwind today. 117 knots on the tail. Look at our ground speed. It's fantastic. Okay, climbing through 300, 5,000 to go. Beautiful tailwind here. Up 124 knots tailwind now. Tell you what, while we're doing this, so we're gonna fly the RNAV approach when we go in there, but I'm gonna go ahead and back it up with the ILS. So let me get that set while we got some time up here. Let's see, approach chart, ILS 3.4, 110.7. And then the approach course is 337. Now we'll just keep that as a backup as we fly into Richmond. I do plan to do the RNAV Zulu bit, or Yankee. But I like to have ILS just to kind of help me out. So we got that in there. 482 on the minimums. Okay, 1,000 to go.
1,000 to go.
Okay, should be leveling off here. This thing definitely levels off a lot better than it used to, and it doesn't porpoise in cruise. That's a good change for this patch. Okay, we're leveled off. Looks like our top of descent's going to be in 113 nautical miles, 33 after. So in about 5 minutes, we'll start doing our arrival briefing. We got some time here. Enjoy some peace and quiet. How's everybody doing out there today? Who do I got on the stream here? I see a few people. One 4.1. Let's get Richmond and VOR in here. Okay, Richmond VOR, we're not receiving it yet. 114.1. Guess we're a little too far out still. Definitely cruise is better, man. This is nice. Nice and smooth. Okay, aircraft on TCAS off to our 10 o'clock. Pretty far out there, about 50 miles. Wonder if we zoom in if we can see it. Oh, right there. American Airlines 1162 A321. Let's see where they're going. From Washington Reagan to LAX. Ooh. Look at, oh, they're going to be flying for hours. Look at that ground speed, 334. Oh my gosh. That's a slow boat to China right there, man. That's horrible. I wouldn't take that flight. Because the tailwind we're getting, they're getting a headwind. See, we're doing 553 ground speed. They're doing 333. That's awful. Yeah, I wouldn't even bother with that. Find some other route to fly. Alright, let's start doing our landing data calculations. Alright, so let's see what kind of landing weight we can expect. So about 1,500 pounds less. Let's call it 131.5. 131.5. Alright, so sim brief, landing performance, 131.500, calculate. Auto brakes 2, flaps 30, approach speed is 147, so that means our VREF is 142. 142. Let's go flaps 30. $142. VREF. Okay. Auto brakes are going to be 2. Calculated landing distance, again, is going to be approximately 7,000 feet on a 9,000 foot runway. That's fine. Flaps 30. We take a look at the chart for Richmond. Landing on runway 34. Let's plan on exiting at November. No, let's do a full-length rollout. I think we're not going to make this. I think let's just plan on a full-length rollout all the way to the end. Hook a left here on Alpha and take Alpha all the way down to the Cargo 5, which is the Amazon Prime ramp. Let's do that. Now, we'll go ahead and talk about the RNAV Yankee runway 34 approach. We're picking it up at Ducks. And the final approach fix at Wowzer, we need to be at 1,300 feet to shoot a 3-degree glide slope or a 3-degree flight path vector down to the runway. The minimums here for RMP 0.11, which is us, is going to be 482 baro. Missed approach, climb 2,500 feet on track 337 to IFPIG and hold. MSA is 2,600 feet within 34 nautical miles of runway 34. 25 nautical miles within runway 34. Richmond Towers at 121.1. Okay, I already got the baro in. We got the landing data in. The arrival and approach brief is done. Decision height is set. 2,600 feet. MDA. Seatbelt signs are on. and no ATC. Let's confirm that CTAF KRIC 121.1. We get the ILS in as a backup. We got DME to Richmond now, 168 nautical miles out. You know, one thing we didn't discuss was this arrival. Let me bring that up real quick. Alright, Spider 5 arrival, which we're entering right here at Montebello. So we need to be at 13,000 feet, 280 knots at Reading, Hemi at 12,000, Spider at 8, Ducks at 4. Alright, and we're heading down. Throttles down to idle. Alright, crew, we're heading down. Alright, let's get a check of the weather. Alright, Richmond. Ooh, this will be fun. 270 at 15, gust 23. So we got a nice, strong 20 crosswind here. So we may need to add a couple knots to our approach speed to account for the gust. View clouds at 7,000. Temperature 4 degrees. Altimeter 3010. Okay. That'll be fun. Nice crosswind landing here. Aha. I bet you some drag is required. Yep. Let's get some here. We're getting a little fast. Target speed is 253 and we're doing 270. So let's help it out here. Okay, I'm gonna take the speed brakes out. Okay, getting a little fast again. Let's put some more speed brake in. All right, that should be good. Speed brake for track. Okay, we're going to level off here at 210. Okay, FMC speed coming back up. All right, and we'll start back down here in about 10 nautical miles. The next crossing restriction will be Reading at 280 knots, 13,000. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little speed intervention here. Let's keep it at 280 because I think we're going a little bit too slow here. I want to get there today, not tomorrow. FMC speed, hold. And we're gonna start down again. Alright. Idle. Okay. Coming up on transition altitude. Let's go ahead and just do it now. 3010. Okay, altimeters. And I'm holding for exterior lights, 10,000 feet. Okay, get a little fast. I'm gonna help it out just a little bit. Okay, 18,000 feet. Man, it looks like we're back on our profile here. Okay, speed brake track. Okay, get a little fast again. Let's get the speed brake out. We're going to be leveling off here, so I'll go ahead and pull the speed brake back. FMC speed, so we should be coming up on the power here to maintain 280 knots. And continuing down. Okay, so we can. So the next restriction here is below 12 but above 10. A little fast. All right, this one I'm going to go ahead and cancel the speed intervention and go back to VNAV. Because we are getting a little bit faster. I'm going to throw some speed brake in. That was a chime for drag required. Alright, let's go exterior lights.
1,000 to go.
All on. And descent and approach checklist complete. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and set the altitude down to... Wowzers, 1,300 feet, 1,300 feet. Okay, we got the speed brake in. We're a little bit fast above 10,000 feet, but we're decelerating now. Alright, speed brake, retract. It's good enough. Still, no, a little fast. Speed brake. Coming right. FMC speed. Alright, speed brake, retract. Okay, down to 4,000. Let's switch over to the CTAP now. Get the HUD down. I believe that's the airport over there. A little fast. Okay, speed brake track. I'm gonna keep monitoring this. Okay, FMC speed. No, nose down trim still. I think I'd like to get this thing slowed down a little bit. Let's go 200 knots. This thing's not slowing down fast enough for my my comfort level. One last check of the weather here. Still. Let's go flaps 1. Yep, there you go. So airspeed, it seems to be driven by airspeed. The nose down trim, it works again. That's the airport there. And we're landing on this runway over here. And parking over there. Alright, let's go speed 180, flaps 5. Actually, let's keep it going down to 160. Let's go gear down. Flaps 15. Landing gears down, 3 greens, full handles arm, auto brakes 2.
2500.
Alright, let's keep the speed going down. 147, final approach speed. Flaps 30. Altimeter is cross-check 3010, ICAS no alerts. Richmond traffic, good afternoon. Giant 3652 on the RNAV Yankee 34 approach. All right, guys, let's do it. Mikey, I'll get with you as soon as we land. I'll let you know what I got. Okay, runway in sight. Expecting a very heavy crosswind from the left. Okay, I'm taking it. My aircraft. There's a crosswind. Miss approach altitude. Is set. There's that crosswind. There's the gust. Richmond traffic. Giant 3652 on final. 3-4. Wow, that crosswind. Look at that crab angle I have to maintain.
Approaching minimums. Minimum 300.
Landing.
$200. $100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Little bounce, little bounce. Okay, we're down. Up, no thrust reverse. There we go. Wow, what is this thing doing? Ugh! Whoa! Oh! Woo! What in the world was that? That was... What was that? It's like the... I don't think I ever got my speed brakes. That was terrible. What? I don't think the speed brakes deployed. I felt like the thing was flying all over the edge. Oh my god. I gotta take a break here. I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. Don't even ask me what that was. That was horrendous. I don't even know what to say to that. We almost lost it. That was... I don't even have any answer for... I can't explain to you what that was. Everything was doing fine, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. Like, the braking action wasn't there. The thrust reversers did not deploy. I don't know what that was. Oh my god. Alright, APU. Clock. And stab trim. Look at that stab trim. It's almost bottomed out, nose down. I don't know what that was. That might have been one of the absolute worst landings that I've ever done. I'll have to go back and watch the video, try to figure out what the heck occurred there, because that was just odd. Yeah, I have to agree with you, man. I think the Zebo is a better plane. I just want this one to work. I just want this to be good, but it's... Every time they give a flight... Every time they adjust the flight model, it gets... They take a step forward and a step back. A step forward and a step back. Like, no one tested the stab trim. They're like, hey, why are we flying with, like, negative trim? I don't know. I want it to be good. It's just... It needs work. But boy, does it sound good, though. Man. Alright, so we need... I think that's us right here. I'm gonna keep sticking with it, but boy. Yeah, that's rough. Ooh. That's our turn. That's what I wanted. There we go. Okay, parking brake set. Transponder, standby. Fuel switch is off. X off. Trim air off. Window heat. Probe heat. Yaw damper. Electric hydraulic pumps. Anti-collision lights. No anti-ice is on. Alright. Okay. Wheel chocks in. Parking brake released. Ground power is on. And APU is off. I don't know what that landing was, but everything else was fine. We definitely... I believe the trim stops working around 230 knots. That's what I've been figuring out here. So I lose my nose up trim or nose down trim, about 230 knots indicated airspeed. So I have that data to go by. I'll go ahead and send that over to the Level Up guys. I'm gonna go back and watch a video and try to dissect what the heck that landing was. Because I don't know what that was. That was pretty awful. Oh, Mikey, I never did get around to getting it. Can you hit me up on Discord again? I've gotten so many PMs. I think you're buried down there. I want to get that going. The A300. So thanks again for reminding me about that. I definitely want to do it. Anyway, guys, sorry about that crappy landing, but we were able to save it before we went off the end of the runway. And yeah, I got some data to work with here on the stab trim situation. I'll report that to Level Up. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm gonna go do some Valentine's Day stuff. Better late than never. Catch you later.